Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to my channel update for October 2016, one of my favorite months of the year. It is actually been a pretty good month overall. The last couple months I basically abandoned all pretense of trying to expand the channel and just focused on getting back towards the at least one video a day process, which I've pretty much almost done over the last month. I've missed a day here or there, but for the most part I'm back up to my one video a day quota, which I've been very glad to do. I do, as I have mentioned many times in the past, want to do a 2 video a day thing, and I want to get quite a bit more tabletop content up in those in those days. So like every day you should have one computer role-playing game and one tabletop role-playing game kind of video, give or take some days. And that would be my ideal situation. But it's not going to happen immediately. And in fact, for this next month, that's not even going to happen. It's not even going to be my next goal. Because those of you who have watched me for a long time know that each month during these channel updates, I put one goal for the next month out. This month is going to be a goal that I'm going to resurrect from like August. And back in August or so, I said, okay, my next goal is gonna hit social media and try to get my subscriber uptick, my subscribers boosted and my viewers boosted, and just basically get the word out about the channel. And that's something I've been kind of putting on the back burner at first because I was still building the channel up and refining my techniques, and then because just basically all hell broke loose in my life. But things are back on track now. I've got plenty of time to work on my channel now, so I should be looking for new viewers and trying to spread the word, that sort of thing, getting involved with the rest of the community. There are a lot of RPG channels out there that band together in these various groups, and I should I at least want to try to start interacting with them. So that's going to be my next goal for this next month, and we'll see how that goes. In fact, I want to take this time out to thank the new subscribers. The last couple months I've been getting... my channel's grown very slowly over the past 2 years. And it's only very recently, the past month or so, that I've seen a pretty steady, continual trickle of new subscribers in every single day. Before this, it was very sporadic. I'd get a bunch, and then I'd get like nothing for a week, and then I'd get like maybe a handful, then nothing for a week. But now, I'm getting a handful every day, and I really appreciate that. It's gotten to the point where it started to be almost self-sustaining in terms of, gaining a gradual and steady stream of new subscribers. And, I don't have anything that's particularly viral that pops up and that people talk about a lot. I just concentrate on making good, or at least fair quality content that people enjoy watching, that isn't too over the top, and that reflects maybe, the opinions and the pacing of what one would expect of somebody who's been around for a while. Somebody who's been playing role-playing games for 30 years of their life plus. So... I realize I'm not exactly high energy, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to, continue with the tone of my presentations. What I am going to do is I'm going to polish things up and try and make the process a little bit better so that the quality of the videos stays pretty consistent or improves over time. And, that's about all I can ask for is basically, or that's all I can say is that my next goal for the next month is going to be to try to get new subscribers. I would like, I got to be honest, I would like to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And I don't think it's going to happen quite at this rate, but I think that I do have at least partially a chance to do it, and that would please me to no end. I would love to be able to sit there and break that 1,000 subscriber mark. And, so I'll be working on that. In terms of the content itself, I know that I've neglected things like the RPG story time and the tabletops and taverns. Part of it is because, the RPG story time, I have no excuse. I had like four ideas laid out, and the only thing I have to do is look at the camera and tell the story. and I just haven't sat down and done it. The only excuse that I can think of, because everything has to have an excuse. No, I fucked up. I dropped the ball on that. But if I had to name an excuse, it would be because I want to try and get like a new intro on it, and some new. Right now they're just the RPG story time is just like 3 or 4. I think it's just like 3 episodes where I'm just telling a story at the camera. There's no intro. There's no graphics or whatever. I would like to get like a new thumbnails for it, a new thumbnail template. I'm thinking about using like the expert box. Like, those of you who have watched my channel and you've watched the Tabletops and Taverns releases, I did like a D&D basic box set up for that, where it looks like something that you'd expect to pick up for a basic adventure from like the late 70s, early 80s. Maybe RPG Storytime, I can do that in blue and have it with the expert box or something like that. I'll figure it out. But I want to get like a little animated intro, not necessarily even an animated intro, but like some sort of intro where it's like, this is the RPG Storytime, and gives you an idea of what you're about to watch. Just like I have the Tabletops and Taverns one, even if it's just a title card in there. And that's something that is super easy to do, but I just have not found the right theme, something that really gets, something that really kind of captures the idea of the RPG Storytime. And it's little touches like that I sit there and go, well, all the rest of my stuff I've been improving on quality, and that show I've been reluctant to do another one because I want to improve the quality on it, and I just need to. In terms of Tabletops and Taverns, I've got like 3 or 4 ideas that I need to do for that. I just haven't had time to sit down and script them. And this kind of all falls in towards me getting the 2 videos a day up kind of thing. I want to do 2 videos a day. I want to do like 1 computer RPG and 1 tabletop RPG video like every day. That would be my eventual goal. But right now it's not going to happen because it takes me like upwards of a day of my free time to script a Tabletops and Taverns or a RPG review or something. It can take me a day to script that because I've got other things going on. And so if I'm spending my day doing that, I'm not spending my day doing Let's Play recordings and so forth. And I know a lot of people like my Let's Plays, so I've got to basically streamline my process. That's all it boils down to. I've got to streamline my process. What was I saying? Oh yeah, in terms of Let's Plays, I'm still on the Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. That should have been done months ago, but at least I've got it back up to where I'm putting one up almost every day. After that, I've put this question forth again. There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of ideas that have been floated in terms of what I should do for my next one. I want to take a break from Infinity Engine games for a little while. I've been doing Infinity Engine games for almost 2 years straight, and they're good games, but I want to play something that's a little bit different. So in terms of my Let's Play, it may be an overhead kind of RPG, but it's not going to be something that resembles an Infinity Engine game. It might be, Divinity Original Sin, or it might be something new, or it might be something older. I might dig out some of the old gold box ones. But at the end of the day, I need to take a break from the Infinity Engine games. That's why I'm not going to immediately segue into Siege of Dragonspear. And one of the reasons why I haven't really streamed Planescape in a little while either is because I'm loving the game, and I don't want my experience marred by I'm kind of tired of Infinity Engine games. I will stream some more Planescape, but I'm probably gonna put it on the side burner until such time as I get my my Baldur's Gate 2, at least the recording on it done. If I record 7 episodes and then I get it done, you may see the Planescape stuff pop up during the week in which I'm still rolling out those episodes I've already pre-recorded. So we'll see where it goes on that. And at this point, I'm pretty much just rambling. I've got several, as I've said before, I got several tabletop role-playing game reviews lined up. I've got the 5th edition Foes, which is a Frog God Games slash Necromancer Games release. I think it was Necromancer Games, and that's just Monsters for 5th edition. I've got that one about 3/4 of the way scripted. So I've just got to spend like about half an hour to finish it and edit it, and then film it and then edit that. The only reason I have been dragging my feet on that one is because I was expecting to be able to do like 5th edition Foes, and then Tome of Beasts, and then the new one, Volo's Guide to Monsters, because I had all of them on order. But then Tome of Beasts, because I order everything on Amazon, I'm not getting that till January, and it kind of deflated my entire will to do that. I was like, oh, I can't do a massive special where I do, 3 monster books in a row. I mean, I'm still going to review them, but it's not going to. I may not get them. I'm not going to get them all done like really one after the other. Aside from that, I want to review Horror Adventures from Pathfinder, even though it's been out for a little while. I've got the PDF of that. And I've got 3 old school Renaissance style games I'm trying to review. One of them is like Back into the Dungeon or whatever. One of them's the Black Hack. I've got the classic Swords and Wizardries. Swords and Wizardry. I'd like to review that one. Then those I've just started working on getting the reviews together for those today. So you can expect to see those up as I have time, pretty much. I've got a lot of projects that I want to put out and so little time, and it's just that thing. Other than that, things are doing great. Thank you everybody who has subscribed to me for the past few months. Let's try and get towards my 1,000 at the end of the year. I'm hoping beyond hope that I can do it. I think I can do it, but it's not a guaranteed thing by any means, so I'll have to go ahead and basically, work and try and get the word out. And I'm going to try not to be obnoxious about it, because I know a lot of people think, hey, I'm not going to be spamming stuff. I'm going to be looking for outlets in which to link my videos. And if you have any suggestions on where I might link my videos, where I might take the word out for new subscribers, I need to learn how to use Reddit. I admit I have not used Reddit. I'm an old man, and I have not the experience with these things. I've got to do more with my Facebook. I've been doing a little bit more with that. Basically, I got to bring all of the social networking together. And if you've got any hints and tips, or if you've got any sites where I might, go ahead and take a look at it, any Facebook groups I should join, because I'm going to start shifting to join on those with my RPG Facebook, my RPG Crawler Facebook rather than my personal Facebook, and any kind of hints and tips, I'm willing to listen. Now, there's one other thing that I would like to go into. Well, actually, 2 other things. First of all, some of you may have noticed I've been going through my old videos. I've got about 800 videos on the site, a little bit over 800 that are publicly accessible. And I've been adjusting the search engine parameters on those. And I've basically been going back through, because I had no idea how to lay out tags and such. That's been a learning experience for me the entire time. So I'm going back and kicking those back up. And I'm pleased to see that even my attempts to make them more search engine friendly have been working. I've seen an uptick in the number of views on them, and going forward, I can only further refine my process. But you may have noticed that an increase in ads in some places, because I'm changing the way I do a little bit of the ads, and I have to pretty much because I'm trying to make this. This is a hobby that I'm not making a huge amount of money on it. I'm trying to make it sustainable so that I'm bringing in enough to pay the equipment costs that I've been putting together, like my microphone and the camera and other things I would like to see added to the channel in order to make it to make better quality content, basically. And so what I'm doing is I'm going forward, I'm going to be trying to squeeze a little bit of extra money out of the advertisement, which I hope, don't hate me for it, but I got to do it so I can try to bring more sweet content in. And the other thing that I wanted to mention in relation to that is that I have a Patreon page, and I will make a official standalone announcement for this where I go into all the explicit details. But for those of you who don't know, Patreon is a way that people can directly support the the creators that they want, as long as the creator has a Patreon page. You go on there and the creator can support. The creator can pick whether you give them money every month or every creation. I'm going for the monthly basis. And basically what you do is you go on there and you pledge like you would on Kickstarter or whatever. But then every month it'll be taken out however much you pledge and put into a pot and then, given to me at the end. And, minus whatever Patreon's cut is. I haven't really gone into that. But, I don't begrudge them taking, you got to do it somehow. But it also allows you to organize and offer various reward tiers. Now, as it stands, my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/rpgcrawler, my Patreon page lists 3 reward tiers, and I may go into more after that. But what they get you is if you pledge $1 or more, that's $1, and then all the further tiers also include these, you will get access to patron posts, which are posts that are on patreon.com that are just shared with only people who have paid. And while I don't have any up right now, it's going to be one of those things where I will post, little items of interest, maybe behind the scenes looks, maybe throw ideas out there for my patrons in regards to new videos to get their take on it, whether they'd like to see them or not, and maybe take a little bit of feedback on those as well. The other thing that giving on Patreon gets you is early access to some of my videos. Now, the Let's Play videos and the regular things that I do on Friday and Saturday, the RPG News Roundup and the Indie Game Fridays, those are all going to remain going directly up on YouTube. But things like Tabletops and Taverns, things like my reviews, my standalone reviews, any kind of special release that I do that's not really time sensitive. Like if I decide, hypothetically speaking, to do a retrospective on every edition of Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, then I would put those videos up on the links to those videos up on the Patreon site so that patrons could view them a day, maybe 2 days in advance, depending on how far in advance I decide to take it. And so, they get early access to my content. If they decide to pledge $5 or more a month, they will get access to a patron chat and live stream. I'll try to do at least one a month, where I do a live stream that's for nobody but the patrons, or maybe playing games, maybe interacting with them, maybe Q&As, whatever, but I'll do some sort of live chat with them. And whether it goes up on my channel afterwards, I'm not sure. It'll depend on the nature of that particular live stream and whether the patrons involved, decide, hey, go ahead. But it may give you access to other things over time. I may decide to, invite them into particular games if it's a multiplayer game or what. And it's basically just, hanging out direct with me every so often. But the other thing that the $5 pledge will give you is I will set up a place on Google Drive or whatever. I think I'll do it through Google Drive. I'm not 100% on the logistics of this, but I think what I'll do is, basically share Google Drive all of the scripts and notes that I take for these particular videos. So if you've ever wondered what my scripting process looks like, $5 patrons will have access to everything I'm doing. I may not. It'll be read access only, not read write access, so they can't edit it or whatever. But basically, what I'll do is every night or whatever, after I'm done working on script for that night or whatever, I'll put them into a shared directory, and they can browse my current and my former stuff and see how my process has changed over the years, and go, hey, that video ended up looking nothing like what you wrote, and I'll be like, yeah, I changed my mind while I was recording, but it'll be like an insight into behind the scenes. And then finally, my third tier for right now is actually a 2-part tier. One of them is going to be limited to just 15 people, and it's going to cost $15. And basically, if you're pledging $15 a month to me, you deserve credit for helping make this show awesome. And I will put a end credit on not my Let's Plays, but on my other stuff, like my RPG News Roundup, any of my specials and so on and so forth. Things that are going to be getting views over and over and over again over the years, I'll put whatever name that you want to be credited as in my credit. And there'll be like 15, there'll be like 3 rows of 5 or whatever at the end of the credits, at the end card. Before the end card, but after, whatever. So people will be able to know, number one, see that you've subscribed, see that you've donated to me and helping basically put the show together. The only thing I want to point out is that I will reserve the right to decline things like profanity or things that are obviously meant to insult or belittle, hate speech. I hate using the word hate speech, but pretty much things that are quite obviously that I will not put together. I will not allow those. But anything else, if you've got a YouTube channel and you want to put it up there. I mean, I love giving shout outs to the YouTube channels that have helped me out in the past. I love mentioning you guys for free. But if you want to do a little end credit where there's like, so and so supported this channel, that'll be an option too. Now the other thing is that some people may not want their names up there, and if you want to donate $15 but don't want end credit, I'm not going to argue. So right now I've just got a placeholder pledge $15 or more up there that really doesn't get you anything besides my my eternal gratitude, but it gives you the prior tiers, but it doesn't give you anything over those. But I will think of something in the future to put in there. I was thinking maybe a adventure written once a month, like a D&D adventure or a Swords and Wizardry adventure, or just adventure scenario put together and written once a month for those Patreons. But I got to see if my time will allow that. That's an idea that would be ideal. Is basically like, hey, get an adventure once a month, but that you can run and you do whatever, but I'll have to see how the timing goes on that. If you have any other suggestions as to what you might want to see on that $15 tier, let me know. I'll take feedback in comments, or I'll take feedback in direct messages or whatever. You can contact me through YouTube, or you can contact me through Twitter or whatever. Just remember, my Patreon is patreon.com/rpgcrawler, and it will be up from now on. I may put a video together that's, as I said, nothing but an announcement just for the Patreon thing. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I am so glad if you've got this far. Appreciate it. Until next time, this has been the RPG Crawler with my channel update. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, leave a comment if you've got feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.